Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys doing? It's been a while. Good to see you guys back. We're back here today at the studio. Deen Love, right here, trying to provide you guys the best of essential content, loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, loving yourself and loving each other as brothers and sisters in Iman. Very foundational. Today, we're going to be reacting to one of those really tactic, I don't know, I'm thinking the word dangerous, but we're reacting to one of these quote-unquote Muslim targeted TV show series. Is that the best way to put it?
Yeah.
And we got Uthman in the building and Ali Deen. Ali Deen is in the house today. Ali Deen.
Thank you,
Ali Deen, how you doing, Akhi?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, Allah, alhamdulillah, we're doing good.
Good.
How's the family? Everything good?
Everything is good.
One day you gotta give us a Cribs tour, man. We know you live in big.
Come on, man. Make me humble, man. It's only right I'm present today, though. Yeah.
So the show is called the RAMY, right? R-A-M-Y. RAMY came out probably last year. We try to ignore it as much as possible. And we should have probably ignored it, but nevertheless, we need to have one video out there discussing how the Muslims are being targeted from every direction. Netflix is targeting Muslims.
Yes.
Hulu and all these media giants are targeting Muslims. And it's all, earlier I was saying that the media war is more dangerous than the normal physical war outlet. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Yes, the media obviously has the platform to reach everyone, right?
Yeah.
And whoever controls that can almost essentially control everyone, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
So if they say this is how we want things to go, the viewers will follow, and that will follow suit, and that's it. There's no coming back from that, subhanAllah.
Because they will be able to control the mindset, the perspective, the ideology of a person.
Right.
And that's how these shows are designed, right?
Yeah.
But people think they're innocent shows.
No.
People think they're innocent shows. SubhanAllah. There's that one that the Messiah is coming out, right?
Yeah.
Was it the Jab? What was it called?
The Jab. It's out already. It's been out.
It's been out?
Okay.
Yeah, it's been out. I'm not on like that.
I hope none of us are. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna play the clip quickly and get to it.
Do you want to stay alone forever? Oh, you can't just walk up to a Muslim girl and like start spitting game or something. What am I supposed to say? Like, hey, can I get your father's number? Yes, why not?
So right from the get-go, they're kind of displaying this norm that Muslim women dress like this, and it's a norm. Right? Mom's sitting there in the car with him, no hijab, no nothing, full blown out. I'm thinking this is the first subliminal messaging they're sending.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
The one thing he's doing is he's not respecting the limits that we have between man and woman. So right away he's mocking the tradition of, the brother's supposed to ask the sister for his her father, her father's number, so he could speak to her. So right away he's saying
he's negating it.
Yeah. Why do I need to do that? Why can't I just have a casual conversation with girls and just talk to them? So right off the bat he's already mocking to the traditions of Islam, where you limit and know the boundaries of how to approach a sister and get that marriage working out. So subhanAllah.
Yeah. And obviously there's a lot of music to this. Sorry, I mean it's
Ramadan, I really want to do it the right way, man. It's been a weird year, and I feel like if I can just do this the right way, I can figure my shit out.
So he's already from the beginning, he's already in the wrong environment.
Right.
This isn't obviously supposed to increase your iman. I think everybody already knows this.
Yeah.
But the idea is to normalize a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Like the people who he's hanging out with, smoking shisha, and that's the people he's getting advice from, it looked like.
Yeah. I mean, how can you be in an environment like that and then say, I want to become a better Muslim? Sitting amongst people in places where they're doing the total opposite. There's no way to be like, I'm done. I'm stopping all this and I'm walking out and I'm becoming a better Muslim. It doesn't work that way, subhanAllah.
SubhanAllah.
I'm not gonna look at porn, nothing. I just want to commit. No porn. This is no porn. It's gonna be tough. No way. Impossible.
So the norm of that's not one of your thoughts on that.
What's important to understand is that this show aims to reveal and expose the life of an ordinary Muslim family in America.
In America.
In America.
Good point. Yep.
Yeah.
And so when we see things like the moms not wearing, none of the female relatives in the family are wearing hijab, and the men inside the family also do display a level of
Un-Islamic behavior.
un-Islamic behavior, inappropriate behavior.
Yeah.
We just heard the issue about porn. These are real issues.
Yeah.
Trying to get married, the issue with pornography amongst men, a spiritual crisis. These are real issues in the Muslim community, right? So the aim that they have, that the Muslim community and the viewers are perceiving is, hey, well, they're just trying to show the real struggling life.
They're just like everybody else.
Average Muslim. But what they end up doing by showing these things is kind of like justifying it and saying, you know what, because people are going to look at it and they're going to think, hey, well, yeah, it is pretty tough for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to give us a break, Imam, Sheikh, whatever, right? Come on, you got to give us a break. So it gives you that
the other thing the show is doing is it's making it seem like it's okay to kind of discuss these sinister acts, right? So the Prophet ﷺ said all sins will be forgiven except those that are publicized, right? So for him to come out and say and have these conversations and put it on this platform, it's making it okay to have an open discussion about the certain issues that we deal with on our own. So this will make a viewer who's a Muslim person who watches this feel comfortable to be like, I deal with the same issues, and so maybe I can continue to watch this and see how he handles it, and I might follow suit. So.
Yeah. We're trying to get mainstream non-Muslim people to think that the average Muslim is just like Rami.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Very
extremely disastrous. Kills the da'wah, kills everything that Islam stands for, kills like the foundational measurements that we were supposed to be an example for people.
Yeah.
They're just like us, dealing with pornography and drugs and zina and can't get married and this, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. So when you see a non-Muslims watching this, they say, okay, so what makes you Muslims different from us?
Yeah, exactly.
Why should I even join your...
Good point.
Come on.
What's the point there?
You guys got the same issues we have.
I'm going out.
Does anyone even care where Rami goes? You guys never ask him where he is.
He just told me he's going out.
That's what I just said.
He literally gave you no information.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Love you, Mom.
I love you, Habibi.
Did you see that?
Yes.
That was a very dangerous setup right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have mom and dad sitting next to each other, obviously, and the girl's sister, the quote-unquote sister, is sitting there.
Yeah.
No hijab, no nothing. She's complaining the fact that he, as a man, can go whenever he wants, do whatever he wants.
Yes.
And she's like, no one's gonna ask him where he's going.
Yeah.
How can that be?
So I think, wallahi, it does also expose a issue in Muslim families, right? Because these are real issues that happen in Muslim families as well. So it's like, okay, the guy gets to go out, he gets to do whatever he wants, and the woman is extremely,
That's how they're portraying it.
Right.
So the question is that a real issue? If it is a real issue, what is the goal and objective of this show? Are they trying to deal with that problem, or are they trying to normalize it?
Yeah.
Say, look, well, this is just the way things are, and because those sort of things, people will associate the cultural discrepancies, the cultural inappropriateness, and they will associate that with the religion.
Yeah.
Religion has nothing to do with that. Okay.
Exactly.
So obviously the young man and the young woman, the men and women, they're not the same. They're equal, but they're not the same.
Yeah.
You don't deal with them the same way. But at the same time, it's given the impression that, hey, look, Muslim families just do not, they are not concerned with their children, right? And they have they're
biased.
They're biased.
They're
They
biased.
discriminate amongst them.
That's clearly the message that's being sent out there.
Because of their gender.
So if I can add to that, you made a very good point. A lot of the non-Muslim viewers of this show will not be able to differentiate the difference between the Deen, the Islam, and the culture, right? So in that small clip, it makes it seem like there's this overprotective parents who are oppressing the daughter and then letting the son roam free and do whatever he likes to do.
Yeah.
And then when the viewers watch this, they're gonna say, Islam, so they have a strict point on
Sex
the
is the rule.
Yes, exactly. and then the son gets to do whatever he wants, and that's unfortunate for him to do that to us.
Yeah, and that's exactly how it's gonna be played out. Clearly.
Yeah.
I want to know who I am. I want to explore.
You're like the kids in Egypt. They throw down the government. Big revolution. Then what? No plan.
I don't know what I'm doing, man. I look at my parents and how strong they are and how they just know everything's going to be okay because they have God.
What do we take away from that statement?
So everything's gonna be okay, and they have God. So because obviously when you match up the visuals with the words, and then you see the mom and dad, they're just kind of like living life.
Yeah,
everything's God is on our side. Everything's gonna be okay, right? So it's this manifestation of the false hope that Muslims have. We're gonna do whatever we want. We're gonna live the good old American dream. Allah is on our side, and we're just gonna put our trust in His mercy and nothing else, because He's such a merciful. So when He sees that, obviously, and I agree with him, just the character, that of course he'll be confused. You look at the parents like that, because they'll say things. Muslim parents always say, "Oh, inshallah, Allah is with us," and Allah ma'ana, right? All these sort of things. And then when you look at their sort of behavior, not all Muslim parents, of course, but that's the aim of this show, to make it seem like it's all Muslim parents that are behaving this way. So the actions that don't match up with the words, very, very important. Right.
Yeah. So what I see also, just to add to that, is, just like you mentioned, this visual that he adds to the story or what he's trying to explain is not a good matchup. So obviously our parents will tell you whenever you're going through some type of difficulty in life, like financial difficulty, for example, that the sustenance, the rizq, comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So no matter who you are and what you're going to, it's already been written for you. So you don't have to worry about that. But because he's using this visual, he's like, there's this overwhelming pressure that's coming from life itself, and I cannot seem to get out of it. But my parents are just happy and they're freeing, and they're able to do what
absolutely.
They do.
And he's making it seem like that is the place I need to be.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
Exactly.
Right? Which is incorrect, because then what's the point of trials and tribulations? The Deen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never ever. The Quran is the message of the Quran is never intended that, hey, look, if everything is, you have a house, you have food, you have this, and you have money, you have that you're okay.
Right.
That's the goal and objective. No, because we know that there's Muslims that are living in countries poor.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything, but they're spiritual. They have such spiritual richness, right? And the closeness to Allah that many people won't have. And the Prophet ﷺ, he says the majority of people in the Jannah will be those that are impoverished.
Right.
Impoverished people. So if it was just about looking at your parents and how much they have a nice house and nice lawn and all this stuff, and that's, I need to get to that stage, Habibi, you've missed the point.
You missed the point. And I think one of the most important things that the show is trying to do is make Islam, a successful Islam, is how Ramy's parents are.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Good point,
A successful Islam is like that. So the reason why I'm like he's saying is, right? Because they have God, they're like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like this in this messy situation, is he hinted that I don't have God.
Yeah.
And I have sex even though I'm not married.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And I have sex even though I'm not married.
So I don't know what he's doing here, but it sounds like he's confident and comfortable with that statement, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a big issue in the Western community, the Muslim community in the Western society, that there is people out here dealing with these issues, but the way he just expressed that is saying, it's a problem, but I don't see it as a problem right now. I'm kind of just dealing with the issue, but does not know how much of a major sin that is. And for you to put it out there just to casually say that I'm doing this, it makes it easy for someone who's watching it to be in that same position and say, I think I could do the same thing, and I could relate to the brother. I could feel comfortable watching this. It's very difficult.
Yeah, this is I don't even know how to put it. I think it's one of the most sensitive things in this trailer here. but I think it's one of their biggest agendas is which is to
Normalize it.
normalize
Normalize
zina,
it, yes.
number one, and make it seem like Muslims in general, young Muslims, are just like this.
Yeah.
And so zina is widespread in the Muslim community, just like how it's widespread in the non-Muslim community.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And now, I mean, the image is even, we're not going to show the video because it's like really graphic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But nevertheless, it's like, it's the normalization and the okayness of just, yeah, I do it, and it's, you know what I mean?
And it's not. We don't deal with these issues the same way they deal with these issues.
So that's the difference, because if you're going to say, look, well, you have Muslim youth that are engaged in zina, and yes, there are Muslim youth that are engaged with zina, but unlike the dominant Western pop culture and this society that we live in, they don't fight it.
No.
In fact, they even
It's
do
a
more
cool
to
thing.
photos.
It's
It's
a
a
cool thing.
right? If you're not a virgin, or if you're a virgin in high school, you're like, bro, what's
you a bum, man. You a bum.
I'm saying, what are you, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that the point is that it's something that Islam and the Muslim community is always fighting.
Right.
We're fighting against this. It's not like we're just like, oh, we're laying back. Yes, these things are happening. It's very, very unfortunate. May Allah protect us and our youth. But at the same time, it's not something that we're just rolling over and just like, hey, well, you know,
it's happening. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But this is what this image portrays. That.
Yeah.
Hey, the Muslim community, they're just like us.
Yeah.
Come on, you know. So it's like we're not.
Kind of that apologetic move. No, they're not all terrorists. They're just like us.
Yeah.
So what? That means I'm not a good Muslim?
So what does that mean? I'm not a good Muslim.
Yes, I would say emphatically that is exactly what that means.
Yeah.
Look, there's reasons why there are such a thing like major sins in our religion. Because if you're not, there are boundaries that Allah has sent.
Yes.
If you step outside those boundaries, then you're not in a good position.
No, you're not
in a good position. Now, does this mean that you have eternal damnation? No, that's not what that means, right? That means that you messed up. The difference is that, hey, look, I know this is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best to make it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Versus, hey, I do this. What? So what? I mean, I'm a human being. You know, everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Right? We're not. Nobody's perfect. Two different ideologies, two different mentalities, and Islam is one that promotes the Muslim to have the former, which is, look, even if I do sins, we try our best to not same.
Right.
But if we do it, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He opens up an avenue that we can go back to Him and make tawbah.
Yeah.
Yes.
To right the wrongs that we've done. So as soon as you don't even see it as something wrong and you start to justify it and say, look, you know, does that mean I'm a bad person? Right? Does that mean I'm a bad person?
So here's the thing, man. So
you can't do that. That's very deceptive.
Yeah. So this statement right here that he just made, it's a statement, and I'm just gonna be brutally honest about it. It's a statement that a lot of closeted apostates make.
Yes.
Because it's they're basically 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door.
Yeah.
It's them saying, I'm waiting for someone to push me completely out the door of Islam and say I'm done. So this statement is like, if I drink and if I smoke and I do all these things, what, am I a bad Muslim? And if somebody says, yes, you're a bad Muslim, okay, well then I'm not a Muslim at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so is this a way of them saying, I'm justifying my sins and I'm accepting my sins? Or is it them saying, you know, is Allah most forgiving? Where do we stand with that? So that's where we need to clarify for them.
Absolutely. And Allah says on the Quran, أَفَرَيْتَ الَّذِي, have you seen the person who takes his hawa as his Lord, as his ilah?
Yep.
Have you seen that person? Even though, and in another ayat, the same wording, he says, even though that we have given that person knowledge. Right?
Yeah.
So Allah presents it two ways.
Yeah.
That one, a layman who takes his desires as his Lord, meaning that he only wants to fulfill whatever he wants, his wills, and not the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then for the second one is a scholar. Even though he has knowledge, he'll also use the Deen, or he has knowledge, he'll use the Deen
Personal benefits,
for his personal benefits, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very, very dangerous thing, and Allah highlights it.
Yeah. SubhanAllah. One thing I was going to say was, I lost my train of thought.
Man.
I lost my track. It's gonna come back to me. You guys make dua for me. I need that.
I'm just like trying to be good.
You jerk off too much.
So he says, I'm trying to be good. And the old man says to him something like that.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah.
Look at that level.
So he's having casual conversations about his sins, basically. If somebody could call that out and just say, "Oh, you're doing sinister activity."
I think in this situation, you know, a lot of Muslims go through this. So
Yeah.
perhaps maybe sometimes there are Muslims who they're trying to get better after maybe even confiding in somebody about their state, and they get ridiculed because of the sins that they've done. Right?
Oh yeah, good point. Yes,
I want
you're
to.
right. You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
I just want to do better.
Yeah.
Right? And they don't know how.
Good
Okay.
point.
So it's up to whoever that they're confiding in to actually help them and
How
lift
they
them
respond.
up out of that situation.
Good. I'm glad you caught that message in there. You know, it's a great It's a great point to make that. For example, if somebody is dealing with issues
absolutely.
and they seek help, it shouldn't be, oh well, you need to just stop doing this.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
do drugs too much.
Yeah.
Man. You smoke too much. You have too many girlfriends. You're out there.
Yeah, so that's kind of that's a call out to anyone we turn to for help, and
Absolutely.
saying that if you are trying to receive help from someone, that it shouldn't be that response, because that would push the brother or sister away from the religion altogether, right?
Absolutely.
So rather, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us all and protect us from that position, and that was just a good point to make.
Yeah. Do you guys think that young Muslims, do you think they portrayed a good image of a young Muslim, quote unquote, struggling in life? Or was that a clear-cut agenda?
I think it did not portray a young Muslim very, very well, because here's the thing it did. If you just watch this clip or listen to it, you would see he sounds depressed, he sounds down, and he's being
confused.
Yeah, and there's this pressure from Islam. The Deen is putting pressure on him.
Yeah.
Rather, it's the total opposite.
Yeah.
It's society's pressure on him to do wrong that's leading him away from the message of Islam. And so that message that he's doing is completely fabricated, and it's making a lot of people look bad. So if the average Muslim, someone who is trying to do better and stuff, sees this isn't someone that you want to look up to. Rather, it's someone that you're saying, that's the wrong route I want to go down. That conversation that he's having and the messages they're portraying is not the route I want to go. So he's not doing justice for them.
No. Which is clearly why we're doing this reaction. I mean, obviously, there's a major hidden agenda behind any of these shows that they put in millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
It was not for no reason.
Yeah.
It was not. There's clearly a hidden agenda behind it.
Absolutely.
And that's just the little things that those things could have on your mind, on your perspective, on your outview, and how you look at the world, on how you look at the Deen, and how you look at what's holding you back, what's not, what is freedom, what's, you know what I mean? What's good, what's bad, so on and so forth. I think those just that level of change of perspective and mentality is what I'm thinking. That's where the hidden agenda is at.
Yeah, let's talk about Hollywood for a second. And this, back in the day, the character of a Muslim person, the way it was depicted, was that stereotypical angry terrorist Muslim, right?
Yeah.
But now you see they're slowly transitioning the character to a self-hating, cultural Muslim, confused, who isn't afraid to mock their own tradition just to appease the Western masses.
Yes.
And that's the direction they're going to.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. That's
exactly the game.
And the problem with that is, they're trying to appease that Western masses, that demographic. This video or this show or so, it's not for Muslims. Rather, it's a bad image, negative about Muslims, right? So,
for non-Muslims.
For non-Muslims, yeah. So now imagine you work in the corporate world or something, and a non-Muslim watches this. They're gonna assume you're just like this guy.
Yes, it's so true.
Yeah.
So this is what Muslims go through, huh?
Yeah. Come on.
Hey man, I dealt with that too.
Yeah.
Subhanallah. The Muslim has to be smart.
Yeah.
The young Muslim has to really know how to navigate through these things. You cannot just go out smiling, waving your hands, and there's snipers everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how I see kind of the modern, liberal, secular society we live in today. everything is out to get you. Because
Yeah.
nothing wants anything pure. And that's
Right,
what Islam
right,
is, right?
right.
Nobody wants something pure and clean.
Yes.
And Islam, that's how Islam wants you to be.
Right.
And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want you to do drugs, watch
Right,
pornography,
right.
you commit zina. All these things are very, very harmful, right?
Right.
And the wrath of it is hidden in these secular societies.
Exactly.
Even though they're dealing with it, they can't stop. They tried making all these type of drugs
Yeah,
illegal, but
yeah.
now even the drugs they're saying, okay,
Come on.
let it go.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's at least make money out of it, right?
Come on.
10 years ago, weed, marijuana.
Yeah.
If you were caught with just like this much of weed,
Yep.
10 years in prison. Today you can smoke in front of a cop, and even throw it in his face, and he can't do nothing about it.
Exactly. So I just want to give advice to people, because I know there's the people who are viewing this. Some people may say, well, why are you guys, being hot on police about this, or why are you trying to correct every mistake he makes? I'm gonna just give them an analogy they may understand. And this for a lack of a better term, but let's look at basketball for a second. When you're playing basketball and you got two teams playing against each other, and one member of a team double dribbles or travels or fouls someone, what does the officiator do? He calls it out right away. Does he wait until the game is over, or that another time to say, hey, that person made a mistake? No, he calls it out right away. And the reason for that is because we want to keep...
Perfect the game.
Exactly. So we're doing the same thing here. We're trying to do justice so we can prevent this from being a pattern of habits amongst our Muslims, amongst our youth especially.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just move around and be an ignorant Muslim, because what happens is, just like what's going on in this show, is that when non-Muslims view it, or even Muslims who are having difficulties, they may view this as this is the real Islam, this is true Islam, and take it that way.
Very unfortunate.
And I just kind of want to take the analogy that he used. So what the team also doesn't do is, when the situation of that player who is dribbling or is double dribbling and he's traveling, the same team that person's on doesn't ridicule him.
Right.
No.
They don't make fun of him in front of the other team and say, hey, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Huh? What
I don't believe
idiot.
so.
Doesn't do that, right?
Right.
What they do is they always have the loyalty towards that person.
Yeah.
So when he comes, they what do? They advise him.
Exactly.
Say, bro, don't do
Exactly.
We're trying to win.
Yeah.
Trying to win.
So
can't afford
us as a community, we should be having that same mentality.
Exactly.
But that's unfortunately, some of our we've been poisoned to think that, hey, they're not out for my best interest. They're just trying to stop me from having fun and having a good life.
Yeah.
And these guys are just party poopers. And I'm saying, no, we're not.
Party poopers.
We want all of us to go to Jannah, right?
Yeah.
But we have to be doing the things that Allah told us. He said we're the best nation because we enjoin the good and we forbid the evil.
Absolutely.
Because when you don't forbid the evil,
that's it.
then there's more evil that comes out.
It will become normal until people will think it's actually something good.
Exactly.
SubhanAllah.
Exactly.
We keep it short. We'll stop it right there, inshallah. See you guys next time. Leave us, give us your feedback, and leave us some of your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think? Have you guys? I hope none of you guys have seen this before. But if you left something behind, add a little bit of value, inshallah. We'll see you guys. See you guys next time. I'm a little bit blah.
Yeah.
Those are the bloopers. You guys won't see that. Actually, can we keep some of this on there?
And by the way, don't watch shows like this.
Please don't.
Definitely not.
It does nothing but
Zero
just-
khayr.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next time, inshallah, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina.